I decided to finish off my little slipper, and I added a crochet edge around the top, and then I made what I call a lazy palm. Instead of a real pom-pom, I just made a lazy palm. It's where you don't cut the loops, you just wrap it and leave it. And if I wash these, then I'm going to have to put them in a little lingerie bag, because those loops will come loose in the washing machine. You don't want that to happen. So just stick it in a lingerie bag if you wash it. So I'm going to show you how to do this little silly finishing performance on your slipper if you want to do it. What you do is you get your yarn and you find the strand coming from the outside and the strand coming from the inside, and that way you'll have two strands of your main color yarn that you used. And I would say that this finishing would work for any basic slipper. So what you do is you get a size J crochet hook. We're using 2 strands of worsted weight yarn because that's what was used to knit the slipper. It's just a basic knitted slipper. Very basic. And the opening was a little bit too big for my foot because I used a large size knitting needle, so it's my fault. So I'm making it a little bit tighter at the top when I do this. Okay, so to get started, you just find a spot where you want to start. Now I want to start at the back because that's where I want to weave my ends in, because it'll be starting and ending in the same spot. And what you do is you just go under about 2 strands, and then you do a little slip stitch here. Leave plenty of yarn so that you'll be able to weave in those ends later. And you just grab both strands on the hook and pull it through the fabric to the right side and leave those ends inside the slipper. And then you, if you've never done crochet before, you hold the yarn in your left hand where it's tight. What I do is I just run it through my fingers like that. Some people will wrap their finger like that and hold it that way, but I just grab it and hold it tight with my first finger and my pinky, and you wrap it around the crochet hook and you pull it through that loop you just made. So that's how to start. And then you pull that tail tight and stick it back inside the shoe. And then you do the same thing again, pulling it through again. There. So that's all. Those are 2 chains is what we did. And now what you do is you go to the next spot, and it's hard to find the spots in a knitted fabric, so just invent a hole of your own. So I just go where I saw 2 strands sticking up here, and I'm push my hook through there. I grab some yarn and I pull it through. Now I've got 2 strands on my hook, and then I wrap it around and pull it through both of those, and that's a single crochet. So now I'm going to do that single crochet thing on each one of these ridges of knitting that I did. So I'm just going to the side of that ridge, and I pull some yarn through. I have 2 on the hook, and then I grab some more yarn, pull it through. Now that's another single crochet. So I'm just going to do that in everywhere where I have a ridge. I'm going to do a single crochet. And I'm doing that all the way around. Wherever I see a single crochet ridge, I mean a row of a garter stitch ridge in the knitting, I'm going to do a single crochet. It's kind of hard to pull it through there. There. Here's another ridge. And what this does is it tightens up that top edge a little bit, and it just makes it look a little bit better, so it's not hanging loose. So don't crochet too tight. Leave it where it stretches out, because you want that fabric to be able to stretch out a little bit so it won't be too tight around your foot. The good thing about crochet is if you start seeing that you're doing it too tight, all you got to do is just pull the hook out and just pull it. Just comes off real easy. It's easy, man. So I'm through the side of a garter stitch ridge. Do a single crochet. And just do that all around. Wherever you find a ridge, just working the side of it. And what this does is it, since you're using just one color now, it kind of draws your eye to that blue, which was done all through the slipper as your main color, and this makes it stand out even more. So it makes it look prettier, I think. You could use a different color if you want to bring it out. Like if you wanted the toe to stand out, you could use dark green, because that's what I finished off with. I could have used dark green all around this edge if I wanted to make to draw attention to the toe. So you're welcome to do that. Now when you get to where the seam is, go right into the corner there, right at the center, and do a single crochet there. And then now you're on the other side. And see, it's already looking better over there. So now go in the side of the first ridge and do a single crochet in the side of the next ridge. It goes real quick because you're only doing one row all the way around. We're not going to do another row. We're just doing this one row. You can do another if you want, but I didn't need it. I think one row is enough. This is an easy way to add another little extra touch on your slipper. Make it look a little bit nicer. Nothing fancy. It's simple. Now this last stitch is going to have to be done backwards because I couldn't get in the other way. Alright, there's a ridge. And now I'm back at the corner, so I'm going to have to do an extra one here because it's there. I'll do it that way. And then I need to do a slip stitch to the first stitch that I did right here. So you go in the top of that first stitch you did. It's hard because this hook is so thick. And then you pull it through that stitch and the last stitch you did. That's a slip stitch. So now I can cut the yarn and then pull it all the way through. And then the edge looks better. And I can flip it to the inside here and I can find that yarn that I started with here. Pull that snug, pull this snug, and both of these ends need to be woven in. So I'm not going to do them all at the same time. I'm going to do the first two first. What I'm going to do is work it up here, and then run it through these stitches. Like that. And then I'm going to go back the other way with my empty needle because my yarn was too short. There. And hold it there. Thread my needle. And then pull it through. And now I can cut that little short end close. Now I can work in the other end. We're just going to run those pretty much in the same spot. Kind of, I think I'll move on up to the next row so I don't have it too thick on that place. That looks fine. So here I'll go there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Hold that. Oh good, it's long enough now. And make sure it's not too tight. And you pass the first stitch, and you go up through the others that you worked. And that secures it. That first stitch down there secures that end so it doesn't come loose. And cut it close to the fabric. Yay! Now we're finished with that little simple crochet edge. And that might be all you'd want to do on your slipper, because even that makes it look a little bit nicer. But if you want to make a fake palm, like I did, some people might call it a rosette or something, I don't know. Anyway, what you do for that is you just get one strand of that blue yarn, and you put it across your hand like this, and we're going to wrap it 40 times. Keep your fingers out and loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Maybe 41. Anyway, so I'm going to slip it over to my other hand. I'm going to cut that end down here. This is my lazy palm. It's not a real palm, it's just a lazy palm. Now, I'm going to put the yarn through the middle. And I'm going to tie it nice and tight. And then here's where I flip it over. So I fold it down. I hope you can see that. Hard to see. I'm going to pick it up in my hand so you can see. I did that knot at the top, and then I just lay it down so it's, see how it's open on the other side? I'm going to fold it like that. Or press it, I guess I should say, and then flip it over. And then I knot the other side. And this will bring in those ends where it does like that. And here's where I want to make it really tight. There. And that's a lazy palm. That's all there is to it. You don't have to cut it or anything. That's why I call it a lazy palm. I made up that completely. I made it up. So now bring out enough to where you can sew it on and cut it. It's probably about 10 inches, I guess. And you can trim the other end pretty short, because it's going to kind of blend in and disappear into the back of your palm, fake palm. And then you use the long end to sew it onto your slipper. So you need to put the needle on it and find the spot where you're going to start hooking. And see, I'm going to sew it on this side of the, see, here's the seam where the thing was seamed. I'm going to sew it on this side of the seam, and then I'm going to sew it on the other side of the seam. But I'll show you how I do it. I pull up till it's close, like that. And then I run that yarn through like 3 or 4 times till it's real secure on there. Pull it real tight. probably 2 times is going to be enough. And then I run it through the middle of that fake palm, through the middle of the knot that I made. And then I stitch on the other side of the seam, and that way it gets it real secure on here. There, I have a fake palm on both of them. That one loop is too big, it bugs me. I'm going to hide it. And now all you have to do, all you have left, is to sew that through to the middle, to the inside I mean, and flip it up inside, and just find a place to secure that end, and then weave that end in, and then you're really done. So I'm going to weave this end in down here, keep it nice and loose, and then pass that first loop I went through and go through all the rest of those loops. Drop my needle just in time too, because I don't need it anymore. And then you cut that close to the fabric. Now we're really done. Now we have 2 pretty little slippers. Aren't they pretty? Dun, 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 dun. Gorgeous! So I hope you enjoyed making your slippers like I did. I had a good time with them. I think they're fun and quick and easy. And you can do whatever you want to dress up yours. You don't have to make a fake palm like I did. You can do a real palms, or you can do tassels, or, you know, just whatever you feel like doing. Just dress them up and give them away, or wear them yourself. They're cute little slippers. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.